Tonight, you have an opportunity to prevent Dallas from winning a Central Division title, so there's still power in this game. Just what are your thoughts going into this game, knowing you have that kind of power?
Yeah, it's obviously fun. It's you're obviously on the other side of it. Sometimes, for so long there we're playing a clinch and get in and who we're going to play, and now we're kind of set in where we're going to be. And obviously, every game in this league is very important. So obviously trying to play the spoiler role, and they got a good team over there, so it's going to be a fun hockey game. That's all you kind of can. Just try to, treat it like any other game. At the same time, obviously, there's more meaning to it, but, my job definitely doesn't change.
Obviously an opportunity for some of the younger defensemen to get a bigger role. Corey Potter gets a call up here as well. What do you look for as a goalie in terms of what you want out of your defense with some of the young guys playing more minutes? Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a tough job. It's a veteran D-men too, facing, some of their high-powered offense. And, for most of these guys, just go in there and just have fun and try to be themselves and relax. And, you can't really put too much pressure on it to it, you know what I mean? You just got to control what you can. And, I think for a lot of these guys, it's just going to be a fun game and, be able to go out there and, compete against some players they might necessarily not get a chance to play against. Obviously with Weber and Yossi, who play a lot of big minutes against, top players.
What's your approach to the game tonight? Does it change at all from a normal game, or are you just worry about how the fundamentals in your game?
Yeah, it's easy to be like expect to get a lot of work, or obviously it's a big game for them, but at the same time, he played so many different situations. You can't really control the game, and it's just like we just played a game at home where we gave up 40 shots, which isn't really like us, right? Where necessarily you think at home we're not going to give that up, right? Where so you can't really go into a game predicting and expecting anything. You just got to play the game as it comes at you, and I think for me, just try to have fun and do what I do best, and just compete and give our team a chance.
What are you expecting tonight from Dallas, a team that is motivated to win this game?
I definitely think they're going to come in waves. They got a very fast team and very skilled, and I think for us it's just possessing the puck and being smart with the puck. No turnovers in the neutral zone, because they can transition very fast. And I think for us, just playing a smart road game too. Having a high F3 and generating chances where we're when we can get pucks on their net and trying to attack their D as well, not sitting back. I think when we sit back, we get ourselves in trouble. So I think that's the biggest thing. And for their offensively, they're going to get their chances. It's the NHL, everybody does. And I think just eliminating secondary chances and where we're getting seamed and chances like that. And I think the specialty games is always huge, right? They got a high power play, so staying out of the box and being disciplined and just taking penalties when we have to.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
What are you going to bring to the ice tonight for this team?
Just try to play my game. Shut down defensemen. It's a good stick. Try to use my shot if I get the puck in the O zone, and just try to make it difficult for that skilled group of forwards out there.
You're no stranger to an NHL roster, but this is your first time here. So what is your brief? What has your experience kind of been like in this organization so far, and then excitement to play tonight?
Yeah. I just got traded here at the deadline, so I've been down in Milwaukee for the rest of the regular season here. It's been a good experience down there. Good skilled group of forwards down there and good coaching stuff. So it's it's exciting to get called up here in Nashville, where the team's doing really well up here as well. So it'll be fun to play for a team that's fighting for their lives here.
And obviously it's AHL, it's not the NHL, but they're having a great season in Milwaukee down there, fighting for a division title, that kind of thing. What is it? I assume that, even though it's different levels, I assume that that's still a confidence booster to play in that kind of environment and then come here to play in a similar environment.
Yeah, for sure. Both the teams are playing really well, so it should be an easy transition up to the NHL for sure.
Speaking of the teams playing really well, Milwaukee has an amazing record with you in the lineup right now. What about the systems that you've seen has changed, just in terms of your play? Has anything changed at all in the Milwaukee system from where you were playing?
As opposed to where I was before Milwaukee? It was a pretty big change from teams, but the coaching staff does a great job there with their video and getting me adjusted, so the transition was pretty quick there.
Center tonight, you get to be a little opportunity to maybe flex your offensive muscles a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I think hopefully a little bit more opportunity and have some more confidence offensively, obviously playing a bit of a different role, so I'm looking forward to that for sure.
What's the transition like to make a role like that in the middle of the season where you kind of rely more on defensive hockey and then kind of staying back and being responsible two ways? You always have to be that, but I mean, you're more now relied on provide some offense.
Yeah, I think a big part of my confidence getting better and better here this second half this season was actually not playing so much on my heels and not just kind of waiting to play defense, was actually kind of flexing those offensive muscles and pushing the pace of play and holding on to pucks in the offensive zone. So I think it's still there, and hopefully I can showcase that a little bit more.
For those who don't, who've never played the game and don't understand the fact that there is a transition there, can you kind of describe the two differences between a fourth line role and a second line role?
I mean, obviously the roles are a lot different. A lot of fourth lines are relied on in that checking role and shutting down teams' top forwards and top offensive units, and a lot of D-zone face-offs and things like that. And alternatively, the second line is going to start in the offensive zone a lot of the time and be looked on to generate chances, generate shots on goal, and of course goals. So it's kind of like night and day a little bit.
But one of your strengths is the face-off dot, so you brought some stability into that area of the ice for the Predators since you've been here, obviously. Does that then, even though it's defensive for us, does that help play into your success for tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think, especially if you get those offensive zone face-offs, it's huge to start with the puck, and obviously you can generate a lot right from the draw. So I'll be looking to be very sharp in the dot in the offensive zone, particularly, obviously defensively as well. I'm always looking to be sharp in that side of the rink too.
The Dallas Stars are a team. They have something on the line tonight. They can win the Central Division with a win, and then depending on what St. Louis does, of course, you guys are kind of locked into a spot. You're not going to go up or down either way, and your destiny for your opponent is out of your hands. How do you kind of combat their motivation versus maybe the need to get up for this game for you guys?
Yeah, right. It's easy to look at it that way for sure. They have a lot on the line here, winning the division in the West, so they're going to be motivated tonight. And I think a lot of us in this locker room are looking to prove ourselves to be on that playoff roster and to be looked on in the playoffs. So it's huge for a lot of us tonight. So I think that's a big motivation factor, and it's always fun to play the spoiler too. So we'll be looking to get some revenge on these guys.
Colton, Sissons, thanks so much. How do you guys overcome the mental barrier of this game is locked into a position?
Well, we've been in this spot for a while. I mean, we've been in a position where for a few games where it's been locked, and then even prior to that, the odds were that we're going to be locked in this position. So again, we don't know our opponent, but that's no different. I think our guys have done a pretty good job. I mean, we're 5 out of 6 points in our last games and doing good things on the ice, so we want to continue to do that. I think that's our objective down here, is to play a game that we feel is good moving into the playoffs.
It's a luxury, if you will, to rest some key players before the real season.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's banged up. We got guys that are banged up, and an opportunity for them to heal up a little bit. So we got a lot of confidence and faith in the guys that are in the room, and the guy gets called up from the minors in Potter and gets an opportunity to play, so that's a good thing. But again, our expectation is to be successful tonight.
To that end, you have players in that room who are going to be called upon to play maybe higher roles tonight than they normally would in the lineup. What would you like to see?
Absolutely, that's always the case. When guys come out, it's always provides an opportunity for guys to jump on the power play or kills penalties, or maybe move up in the even strength minutes. So I think that always presents itself. What happens from injuries and guys being banged up is that it's an opportunity for others to move up and show what they can do, make the most of an opportunity.